It's good to see you playing well with others again.
Just like a bat. I dig it.
Maybe temporary.
Welcome back to the regular podcast, It's Anything But. Today we return with the DCEU Rewatch, episode 5? Yeah, episode 5, Justice League.
Movie's boring. Movie is so boring. So
Justice League.
unbelievably boring, man.
This movie sucks.
How can they go out like that with this movie?
This movie's trash.
Like, it's so
Oh my god.
lame. It's so short, it's so lame and everything. It's the saddest
They
word
had
you
one
can
job.
use. This is
To
like
describe the Justice League, I think the Justice League came out before the Avengers, and this is what y'all come up with?
it's just like
This is-
ugh.
oh
I
my
went and
god.
saw this in theaters in 3D, and like now watching it now, it was so boring. I was ready to cut it off like halfway through.
Yeah, you yawned like 3 times. I don't even blame you.
Like, it's supposed to be this really cool scene. Like, you got Aquaman holding the water back. It's supposed to be, oh my god, it's Aquaman, and then it's just boring. He's just holding back water. And then you have Flash. He somehow gets shot by a freaking laser. His whole thing is
An
speed.
alien laser.
His whole thing is, speed. It should be impossible to hit him with a bullet or laser.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then they had a perfect moment to give Flash a good character motivation, and then they undercut it with Superman, taking away his thunder. Like, come on, what is this movie?
There's really no point for Flash to even be on the team. Because everything he can do, Superman can do it better, and he's got other powers.
Exactly.
Barry,
We got freaking Batman saving Flash. Who? What?
Barry can't even run without tripping. This man trips like 3 times. Like, that's your whole thing. Your superpower is just run. Just run. And like, he falls like 4 different times, and all he does is just get things for other people.
4 different times in the same scene. Let's not talk about the entire movie. How many times he trips?
But like, he gets Wonder Woman's sword for her. He goes
Which
off
was
to
cool.
save some people because Batman told him to.
Which was cool. But then he just trips again. He falls into Wonder Woman's boobs. Who made that? Who wrote that into who wrote that into the
You
movie?
cannot
Who
have wrote
directed that
that
scene?
into the whatever year you were writing this movie and thought, oh yeah, people are gonna like this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman movie just came out. Yeah, they gonna love this. Flash falling into Wonder Woman's boobs. Oh yeah, this is fire.
And then when you do have Flash, being cool, saving person, he's just the thunder is just completely thrown away by Superman saving 10 times as many people with half the effort.
Exactly.
All Barry saves is like this random Russian family. Like, who are they? Why do we care about some random Russian family?
Like, they don't even say 2 words. They don't even speak English. They said
they mean nothing, because as soon as they get saved, they're like, there's no like reveal, like, oh, they were this character the whole time. It's just they were just some Russian family.
this was Roy Harper or this is Tim Drake or something. Like, no, they just pull up with the family and then that's it. She look at some flowers, kiss the flowers or whatever, the little CGI flowers, and then they dip off screen. It's really nothing.
This big team up blockbuster movie, I feel like even Suicide Squad has more stakes.
300 million. That's 300 million down the line, guys.
This was supposed to be their combat to the blockbuster Avengers. I'm like, you couldn't even make it 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. An hour and 59 minutes and 59
Less
seconds.
than that, because most of that last little bit is credits.
Yep, exactly.
Like, oh my.
And like with that being said, man, we should just move right into the visual. Visuals suck. It's nothing like how Snyder does his stuff. Like,
Zack Snyder, I would feel insulted. Like, you had to leave this project due to this a family
Tragedy.
emergency, family tragedy.
Exactly.
They don't even tell you they're continuing your movie. And then, Superman, the dude, you wanted to hide his reveal. You wanted to save him for later. In the first
Mm,
second of the movie with the CGI lip.
exactly. You wanted to have him in the black suit, be all cool, comic accurate, and then they brought him back with this. What is this?
Like, come on, like,
It's
they could not have thought they would get away with CGIing his top lip. And if they did think they could get away with it, why so many close-ups of his face?
exactly.
Like, I'm telling you, at
Or
some points, he looks like a video game cutscene. Like, I could turn on Call of Duty on my 360 and I'd be like, hey, looks like Superman.
exactly. Probably even look better. And to be
Probably.
honest, they could have used face prosthetics. They could have used more hair.
Just give him
Come
a
on,
beard.
there were so many ways that y'all could have constructed that without CGIing out the guy's mustache.
Like,
It's a big bushy mustache.
bro, all you need some fake hair, some glue. Give him a beard.
Mm-hmm.
Just easy. Like, everyone would have been completely fine to see Superman in a beard because it would have made sense. He was dead.
Exactly.
Of course, he's gonna grow a beard or something. But not like this is CGI his top lip, and like they must have put more effort into like everything else instead of CGIing the lip of the person's face that you're gonna see in every scene that they're in.
They put more effort into giving more money to Gal Gadot for allowing that Wonder Woman scene to happen. Because Gal Gadot, she didn't even want to do the scene, and that wasn't her laying on the ground. That was a stunt double. But I guess they had to pay her more to allow that scene to happen. Because I know Gal Gadot wouldn't allow that scene to happen.
They could have
They
used
probably
that
also
money.
had to keep. Huh?
They could have used that money to give him a better lip.
Exactly. Actually, they could have, and then they used a lot of more of that money to kind of bring in Joss Whedon to rewrite stuff, and also to keep Ben Affleck aboard because you already know he was ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So,
even Ben Affleck knew. He was like, yeah, this ain't gonna fly.
like, he even looks chubbier in some scenes. We can see it. The CGI mustache, we can see that he's chubbier. We can see some scenes are brighter and more lighter than tone than some other scenes. Like, this is just a Frankenstein-monster.
The CGI lip, like, it's so like, I remember going into this movie blind. I didn't even know that Henry Cavill was filming Mission Impossible and that he would have a mustache. Then the first scene you get is a scene of Superman's face, and I remember just like, what's wrong with his face? And if like someone who doesn't even know about the mustache can spot it immediately, you've messed up.
Yeah, you slipped up.
Like, that CGI could have been so much better, but nah. We get PlayStation 2 Henry Cavill Superman.
They try so hard to make it more like the Avengers, lighter in tone and lighter in color, but that's not the way Snyder's DCEU movies worked. And this was supposed to be a two-parter, and the visuals were supposed to look astounding, but instead we got this. So I don't know, man. They just dropped the ball on that one. But we can move right into soundtrack. What is their theme? I listened to it yesterday. I listened to it the other day.
Theme? Do the Justice League have a theme?
They do have a theme, but you can barely hear it because they reused the themes from the older movies.
Yeah, those themes are good. Like Wonder Woman's orchestral remix is good. The Flash theme is one of my favorites with the CW Flash theme thrown in there, and you have the Danny Elfman Batman. But other than that, it's kind of like Suicide Squad, where I don't know like the Justice League theme. Everyone knows the Avengers theme. Like, everyone knows the Avengers theme. Everyone knows Wonder Woman's theme.
Because it scores when it's like when something's triumphant going on. It scores with Wonder Woman. It scores with the Avengers, even with Man of Steel or BVS. But with this one, they just reused other music from different movies. It's not original.
Yeah, like the Elfman Batman theme. Like, that's great. Yeah, everyone knows that that's the Batman theme, or that's
John
the Wonder
Williams'
Woman theme.
1970s Superman theme.
Yeah, but
that one's in there.
Yeah, they remixed it to make it more sinister. But like the Justice League theme, like I have no clue what that sounds like.
Yeah, I listened to it, man. It is not memorable at all. It mixes in the Wonder Woman theme and some other themes as well, but the only thing I heard was the Wonder Woman theme. The dun 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 dun. That's all I heard throughout the entire theme. So it's no memorable music in this movie, except for Flash and Wonder Woman. But that's about it. With that being said, let's move into story.
Story. I mean, it's alright.
Mm, yeah, I mean,
Not
it's
good.
alright,
Not good.
like exactly, deserves to be underrated, but hey, it is what it is. But
Yeah,
that's usually just how it
it
goes,
goes.
right? Like,
Everyone
hey,
expected the movie to be good,
exactly.
and
From
it's
the
just.
trailers, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this movie about to be fire, man! It's the Justice League. Oh yeah, let's get it."
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Then Steppenwolf, he's just an errand boy for Darkseid.
yeah, like
Like,
literally, it's kind of like Loki,
yeah,
but in the Avengers, it's done better because we know a little bit more about Loki,
and he's
and
threatening.
exactly this one, like you said, Xbox 360 type character. You know what I mean? Like he's just there. He has no
Steppenwolf, like,
imposing threat.
when he drops down, he just looks like a big dude in some normal armor.
Exactly.
Like
I'm looking at his face. He just looks like a grumpy old man. I'm like,
he's just like, that's our big bad. He's just wearing some armor and a helmet that looks like tinfoil.
exactly. Like the. I'm trying to think. I was trying to think of an Arrowverse villain, like Deathstroke. Maybe Deathstroke is more intimidating than
Yeah, way more,
Steppenwolf.
way more, way more. Like when you
Like,
see Deathstroke, like his suit is cool. Like
exactly.
his suit is imposing.
He doesn't have an eye. He's missing an eye. If he takes that eye patch off, you can see a hole where the eye is supposed to be. He looks menacing. This guy, like you said, a big dude in some armor.
Bro,
It's not even armor. They just like clothes.
he just looks like
That just look
he
like
looks like
armor.
he would be one of the soldiers that you fight while fighting the bad guy.
Exactly.
Like,
Like, he just seems like a side villain.
yeah, he just seems like a nameless like just cannon fodder enemy. They just mow
Like
down.
like those side villains in the Arrowverse shows. Like he's just like a side character that doesn't really matter for the story.
But nah, he's our big bad.
Mm-hmm. Like this is the guy. This is the uncle of Darkseid, the big bad of the DC universe. Don't you think that he should be scary and imposing as Darkseid
Yeah,
would be?
if not more.
Exactly.
But like, I don't
Like
get why
his
they
sister is
didn't use
the mother of
Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Why didn't they just use Darkseid? Like the issue with Steppenwolf not being threatening could have just been fixed if they had it Darkseid instead. Like Darkseid drops down, kills a bunch of Amazons, gets out of there. And the thing is, you don't see Steppenwolf does anything. Like, what are his powers? He's just a big dude with an axe that glows red.
He's just strong. Like he's just strong. Like he just swats people away, jumps high, and then I guess he runs. He doesn't even run fast. I don't get it, man.
And
I
then
don't
when
know
it's
what his
supposed to
powers
be
are.
like some big moment when like a mother box is stolen, he just pops in, kills like 3 people, and then he goes up through his space vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, like there's no fight. Like the final mother box, like there's no fight. There's no nothing. Just like they're somehow distracted from the mother box. Then you just see him from a distance going up to his ship.
Like the story is in a way that should be an Infinity War level thing. Like Darkseid should be coming down trying to collect the mother boxes for the anti-life equation. But in the end, it just comes off as just one big guy gets all 3 boxes and then just does nothing with them.
He names drop Dark. Like, what is even his goal? Like, what is his
Exactly.
goal? Transform the planet? Why? Like,
okay, we know Steppenwolf is an errand boy, but why? We just know that he wants a mother. Like that should be interesting, seeing Batman and Wonder Woman bring together these group of individuals, but it just comes off as being boring and rushed,
yeah,
in my opinion.
like there's so many comic stories that they could use to make a Justice League movie in, and like they just go with like the most bland one. Like it's a villain it's a villain who's not threatening. Like you don't know why he wants it, and then the movie moves so quickly he doesn't even have time to be threatening. The story is just pretty sad to see for a Justice League movie.
Yeah, and like it's I don't know, man. The story just sucks. They tried to do so many things. They tried to put in Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash, and then these are like big name characters. They're not like Black Widow and Hawkeye where you don't need to know their origin. You just need to know that they're spies. So you don't really need to know about them. And then you have Aquaman who has his own personal traits. We have Cyborg who has an origin story that needs to be explored, as well as Flash, even though he has a TV show. We still need to know about this Flash. What is his goals? What makes him different from the Flash that's on CW, and what makes him different from the rest of the heroes? We don't know that because
subplot for each character. Like you have Flash with his dad, Aquaman with what's going on in Atlantis. Then you have Cyborg being a monster. Like that's stuff you should have done in their own movie.
exactly.
But no, they try and cram here with only an hour and 50 something minutes.
Not even 59, like an hour and 48, 49. 10 of those are credits.
Then
And half
that,
and
you have to
mid-credits.
continue what Batman and Wonder Woman are doing, set up your villain, like that's just there, and then you have to set up the next movies. Like you just can't do that with 1 hour and 40 something minutes. You just can't.
Exactly.
It's like you
Suicide Squad had more runtime.
like you said, you can't just. It's not like Black Widow and Hawkeye where they're just spies. You know, there's not too much going on with them. Like this is Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, like founding Justice League members. You can't just be like, yeah, Barry's dad's in prison. Cyborg thinks he's a monster. Oh, there's some stuff going on with the land. Sorry, let's see what Steppenwolf's doing.
Yep.
And then Superman, like he's supposed to be a big part, and then he's just kind of not there until the end, and then he punches Steppenwolf like twice, and he's like, civilians. And then he just flies off.
Yep. Comes back, punches Steppenwolf again, and then bam, the movie ends. That's how it is.
What even was that, story or characters? I'm so confused now.
We left from story. We started talking about characters, but yeah, that was characters. I mean, the only two characters that I really liked in this movie, you know, I'm an Aquaman troll.
That's the only people I really care about in this movie.
Oh.
As much as I like Flash as a character, like they make Flash like just annoying. Like always talking about what are your superpowers again?
Brunch.
Yeah, like the whole thing.
Like, what are you doing? Shut up, Barry! Like, I smash my desk. Like, shut up, Barry! Jesus!
Like
what is your issue?
Tables. Shut up, Barry!
like I say it all the time, Barry. You're funny, air quotation marks, but you're a little bit too funny. Like you need a level of seriousness
kind
here.
Of funny to the point where everyone around you is serious, so you just kind of seem annoying.
Exactly, you kind of seem cringy too.
It's the opposite with Cyborg. Like he's way too moody at sometimes, and then he's just like cracking jokes, saying "booyah." What are you, Cyborg? Are you that guy, or are you
like depressed?
Yeah,
exactly.
I still always hate that scene where he's like, "You're not a monster." It's weird that you thought I meant me. Like you literally ask. They're talking about you go outside. Scared they'll see the monster. You're not a monster. Who said I meant me? Like that's the type of thing when you're just like begging for sympathy.
Exactly, you're being like you just want attention now.
You're just trying to bait him into being like, "Ha, see, you think you think I'm the monster."
But it's actually you. But that scene is so dumb and stupid. But I like Ray Fisher's performance in that scene. Like
it's writers.
Exactly, he portrays that scene greatly.
Yeah, he
just the writing.
Fine. It's so dumb because it just makes Cyborg seem like the kid who's just like, "Oh, dude, you like I'm a monster." See, now even you think so. You think I'm a monster, and then he just flies off, and then at the end he's cracking jokes, fist bumping Barry, saying "booyah."
Yeah.
What character?
And like I feel like if we just had more time, more to look inside of Cyborg's psyche and to understand, okay, this is a big change for him. For the longest, he's been depressed about being this cyborg, and now he's found a group of people that are kind of just like him, that really that have these superhuman abilities, but just choose to do the right thing with him. So he found a family here. And he says "booyah" to kind of like crack a joke a little bit because he feels more comfortable. But in a movie like this, where in every scene he's serious, and then when the battle is done, he starts cracking jokes, it's not as earned.
He's laughing, talking about my toe was hurt. It was like,
you have no toes!
5 seconds ago, the world was at stake, and you're like, I really like being alive. Like, you have Superman, pretty much God, like, standing in front of you, and the other guy's like, alright, we gotta stop this or we're gonna die. Then the next 5 seconds, you're like, my toes hurt, and Superman's on the ground laughing. It's like, did that take any effort? Was that hard? Like, it literally seems like some random CW episode where, they just want more episodes, but they don't really know how to keep it connected to the story. So the character just goes off, fights some random one-off dude, and then at the end, you just move to the next episode. That's kind of what this movie feels like.
Feel like a villain of the week. That's what it feels
exactly. Like. It doesn't feel like it's like, oh shoot, like all of these heroes, they gotta team up to stop Steppenwolf.
You know what? It kind of does feel like an Arrowverse crossover, to be honest. It feels like a Arrowverse crossover. They're just adding in these 3 characters, but we already had shows with Batman and Wonder Woman.
Pretty much.
But like you said, Batman and Wonder Woman, they're standouts. Also, I like them. Yeah. Aquaman, I think I like him more than Batman inside of this movie, though.
I don't like Aquaman in this movie. He just kind of lame to me. He's way better in his actual movie than here. But I think in this one he's just kind of lame. How like he gets tricked into sitting on the lasso. Like it is funny for like the first time I saw it, and then he's just like, "You'll meet every piranha I know." It's like, Aquaman, you're lame, bro.
I mean, like, I don't think he just got tricked into doing it. I think she just sat the lasso there, and he accidentally just sat on it.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, he didn't know it was there. Then, like... Oh. But, like, yeah, and I don't like Aquaman in this. He's just kind of like, you even know, like, you're like, yo, it's Aquaman! And I'm over here yawning.
Yeah, you were yawning, yeah. Because it was supposed to be like a cavalry arrived moment, but then it just came off as like, oh, he stopped the water. Oh, he just stopped the water.
Hey,
I mean, it's alright, but
I can put my hand in front of a tap and stop the water. I guess that makes me Aquaman. Aquaman is just lame, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like Batman was like a kind of departure from the BVS Batman. It's a natural progression of his character, but I don't like the fact that he's being jokey. I feel like
he got a little too lighthearted, but he's still pretty cool. Like the way he sits down Diana and like Superman pushes him, makes him fall down, but he still puts her down.
Like him showing
the exactly kind of cocky thing Bruce Wayne would do. It was like, I didn't hear about you until he stole a picture of your dead boyfriend.
Exactly.
That's just
like that's something that Zack Snyder's Bruce would do.
Yeah.
You know.
All this alongside with, what happens to him in prison.
But that something's definitely bleeding thing, yeah, that's not Batfleck.
Batman, like, they kinda everyone's fighting Superman over here. No one's watching the mother box. Then you just see Batman show up. He's like Clark. I think Clark hovers over to him, backhands him.
Like, okay, now, like, this is a big departure from what we came from. Like, what happened to the dude that was standing in the dark with the fire behind him, looking at Superman dead, his dead corpse, or picking up Superman by the neck and throwing him down the little staircase?
Oh, freaking out of shape Batman. He runs like not even that far. Just
out of breath. He's out of breath. He's a ninja.
Clark. Clark just grabs him, drops him to the ground, and he's done for. He's on the ground. He can't move.
I'm like, Batman, come on now. You took them bigger hits than that now.
Bro, you literally got thrown across like buildings from Superman.
Exactly. Superman did fly him up through buildings and then hit him up into the roof and stuff. That's crazy.
It is.
That's wild. But let's move into the villain. The villain sucks. All right, we're done.
Yeah, honestly, we already talked about Steppenwolf. He's lame. Who cares about Steppenwolf? I think freaking General Ludendorff is a better villain than Steppenwolf. Freaking Enchantress is a better villain than Steppenwolf, and that's saying something.
I bet you the Side could have been a better villain than Steppenwolf.
But he doesn't even anything about the Side.
Dude, like, the Side would probably be goated while you playing.
That's all that. I feel like that's all they did from Snyder. They just mixed they mix all the villains into one. Like, they mix Darkseid into Steppenwolf into the Side, and like, alright, bam, watered down Steppenwolf. Just like, it's like, you ever go to McDonald's, you get a watered down Sprite, and you're just like, man, this tastes like trash. That's kind of the villain we got here. Steppenwolf's lame. Hey, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, Steppenwolf's lame. Alright. Your arcs.
Are there arcs here? There's arcs here? Yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't notice any arcs.
Wonder Woman has an arc, but I feel like that's gonna be retconned in '84. Cause cause they made it seem like she went into hiding after World War One, and then came right back out during BVS. That's why her suit was kind of dirty and stuff like that. So they made it seem like she came back out at BVS, and then she didn't open up herself to the world again after that. But now we have Wonder Woman '84 coming out, and that kind of retcons everything that they did.
Even the BVS, it's not really how she acted. She didn't act like she hit herself off. She just looked like she was doing her own thing.
Exactly.
Superman, he arcs from being dead to alive. Does that count?
Yep. He arced from real lips to fake lips, almost simultaneously. Like Bruce. he looks at the camera and then turns around and then CGI mustache. Hey, did you see my mustache?
Yes, ma'am. Then he just when he says Bruce and looks off to the left, his lips like triple in size. Like they couldn't even keep it consistent. Just Bruce.
You call mom.
Yes, ma'am. Like it looks like a video game cutscene you'd see, and then like after that you'd immediately like load into the next level. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. All right, Superman level.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. But then the screen cuts to black, and then you wake up to like Superman flying and stuff. This is
like it's so like lame. It's supposed to be hero arc. It kind of none of them really have arcs. Like Flash.
Flash ain't got no arc.
Flash
ran away flat. He ran away happy, but he didn't have an arc.
His arc was supposed to be he doesn't know how to be a hero. Even then, at the end, he still sucks. All he can do is save like 4 people in one truck, and then Superman's over here with an entire building of people. Cyborg.
That was actually a cool moment for Flash, to be honest.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Get one out, save one person. That's smart.
And then, he just won up by Superman in every way. Yep. Even just looks, bro. Looks, flair, powers, everything. You really think if you and Superman were in a room, Iris would choose you, Barry? Come on, Barry. Do better next time.
I mean, with that CGI mustache, hey, I might as well choose Barry, too. I'll make it be
that lip can, since it's CGI, it can be whatever lip you need it to be.
To be honest, yeah,
thin,
but I mean...
Too thick?
Wait a minute. Yeah, you know what? I'll go with the CGI mustache. I'd rather go with the CGI mustache than get beat up by Barry. So, yeah.
And then
Cyborg, I'm the biggest fan.
As much as Ray Fisher's pretty good as an actor, Cyborg doesn't really have much of an arc either. Like we said, it's just kind of sudden to where he goes from being serious to making jokes about his toes and fist bumping Flash. Like that fist bump was supposed to be like an earned moment between them.
Exactly. Like, cause I remember in the graveyard scene, he wanted to fist bump him, and Cyborg just looked at him like,
he's like, "We're not there yet."
And I'm like, it's not really earned, you know? Yeah, I feel like the only ones that really have a character here, probably Wonder Woman.
I think Batman too. Batman has a character because they're the only two that get the most screen time.
Yeah,
Batman.
But for me, Batman just feels like a departure from what we know.
I mean, but he's still a character. You can't just say it's.
He's still there. Exactly, like he still has a prominent role.
He is way more than any other character. But I'm talking about Wonder Woman. I'm talking about Flash, Cyborg, even Superman. Even Superman's not really a big part of the movie.
Like Aquaman just joins the show, with 40 minutes left.
Yeah.
So really nothing you can do with that. And Batman is the one that tried to bring the team together, which is an interesting concept, as somebody who was killing in the last movie we saw him in get restored. Like his humanity gets restored by this god sacrificing himself for the greater good that he thought was going to kill everyone. So bringing in a group of people that can help protect the Earth while that alien is gone, which is an alien that is stronger than all of them. So I think that works, and I think that was an interesting concept that they just did not go anywhere with inside of this movie in relation to his arc. So, yeah.
I don't know.
So, with me, Wonder Woman, she was the best part of this movie for me.
We both know why.
It's not because I'm a Gal Gadot shrill, but
Shrill.
Yeah, but Gal Gadot.
It's first off, it's chill.
Yeah, same thing. Shrill, chill. Same thing, okay?
Whatever.
Gal.
You're Gal Gadot simp, not shrill. Or Shield.
Sound
God damn it, you
wife.
got me saying Shrill.
Oh, so you saying Shrill? No, I thought it was Shield.
It is Shield.
Hmm.
Yeah, whatever. Third act.
Uh,
Lame, boring. This Justice League. What even is like Batman's? Is his plan just die?
Thought that was his plan.
Like they have this whole force field that they just break through with a couple of missiles.
Like I think it would have been better if he was like, okay, on my mark, when the force field go down, y'all go charging in there. Like Wonder Woman, you take to the skies with Cyborg, Aquaman, and Flash. Y'all stay on the ground. Bam. Like that's the perfect little team thing. And then I got the guns, so I'll be shooting down the barriers, going through with the Batmobile. We straight. But no, they ain't do that. They messed up with the third act
They
too.
make it some whole triumphant moment. How like Wonder Woman's like on my lead. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, like
y'all are literally
we saw you in the last movie taking the lead. Like,
you literally saved Batman.
Exactly. Wait, June, July, August, September, October, November. 5 months. 5 months ago, we saw you taking the lead. So, I mean, it's stupid, man.
Third act really is kind of sad that it's supposed to be Justice League, and like it's so like not even like it doesn't even seem to be like a fierce battle because they're just like you're welcome, like they're cracking jokes the whole time, like so they're just fighting parademons. They're not even like fighting Steppenwolf.
Hey, blame the lady. She's the one that wanted. What? Cyborg, what are we doing?
And then
like Cyborg, what are we doing?
Steppenwolf shows up, he's beating them, and then Superman shows up, and then they start winning. And it's not even because Superman's fighting them, it's just like before Aquaman and Wonder Woman were getting beat by Steppenwolf. And then Superman shows up, then Superman goes away to do his hero stuff. And then they just start beating up Steppenwolf.
Exactly. And like the thing is, there is in no way, shape, or form that Steppenwolf just gets beat up like that by Superman. Steppenwolf is up there in power level.
Scared? Like at the end, they're like, "You smell that? That's fear." Like, yeah, it was a nice callback, but come on, this is Steppenwolf. Like, first you make the lame villain, and then he goes out like a punk.
Exactly, against somebody that was dead.
Against Aquaman of all people.
Man just came back with a CGI mustache, and then you automatically get shut down by him.
And then you're scared, and your soldiers turn on you. Like, bro, why did he went out like a punk? Huge punk. Like, you smell that? Fear. No, this can't happen. And then he just gets taken away.
My birthright. What?
Like, bro,
your birthright.
Bro, we don't even know anything about you.
Exactly.
All we know is your name's Steppenwolf, and apparently you're doing this for Darkseid.
Out of all that goldenness stuff that we saw Wonder Woman doing, she should have easily been able to whoop Steppenwolf.
All he is a dude with an axe. He's just a strong dude with an axe. Like
now, Zack Snyder's Justice League Steppenwolf, that seems like someone that can handle the whole entire Justice League by himself.
Steppenwolf could have been beat probably by just like Aquaman alone. I'm just gonna use the person who I think is the weakest in that movie. But like Aquaman probably just gonna beat him like alone. Like this doesn't seem like someone that needs Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman. Like this is like a tough villain that maybe requires like a second person. Like Flash and Cyborg could have taken this dude out.
You throw in Wonder Woman in there with Aquaman, that's an easy throw down. I mean, I don't know what they did. I don't know what they thought that they were doing.
Everything's red and like very ugly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where does the red sky come from?
What is the red sky for? Like, was this supposed to be like a Crisis reference or something?
Like, we know the Mother Box is terraform world apparently, but like, what is it doing? Like, it's just like attacking this random Russian nuclear power plant. And then like everything turns into flowers and we're like, wow, we're supposed to be like, wow, flowers. We're just like, okay.
Wildlife. Is that like it's not even real. Like the flowers don't even look real.
It's just some random abandoned place.
They just seem like little alien flowers too. Like they're not. I don't know what plant life that is. I mean, you don't really need to know that, but still, like it just looks fake. It doesn't look like
they're staring out over it as if it's supposed to be like job well done.
Yep.
It's just so like this is like the most uninteresting place you could have chosen a fight. This middle of
Russia?
Russian, not even just Russia, abandoned Russian power plant.
Like let's take Avengers for example. That takes place all over New York.
Yeah,
We come
smack
here
dab in
as
the
in
middle of
Russia.
New York. Batman v Superman takes place in the middle of Gotham and Metropolis. Goes back and forth
Gotham and
between them.
Metropolis. We have two locations that's take. Come on, dude. That's like an hour and 30 minutes worth of a
Yeah,
third act
it's
too.
like there's two phases. You have the Metropolis phase, and then you have when it goes to Gotham.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
I
this
agree. I
one, it's
agree.
just like some random place, and like it doesn't even seem like a threat. Like Batman's like, "I'll take on the tower. Don't wait for me." And then it just seems pretty easy. And then they're all laughing about it at the end. They're making jokes like, "I knew you didn't bring you back because you liked me." I was like,
I
"Bro,
don't
people are
not.
people are dying." The third act just sucks. I don't have anything to say. It's just really lame.
Yeah, and then Batman smiling. Ugh. Man was cheesing. Huh.
He had
But
the
how do
open
you how
smile.
do you think it holds up, man?
Not well because of the Snyder cut. Just because
Yeah.
of the existence of the small clips we've seen, like, ooh, it's kind of sad to
Yeah.
go back and watch this movie, and you're just like, how can you go out like that?
I
I
agree. I
honestly
agree.
wouldn't recommend this movie to someone in 2020. Be like, hey, just wait for the Snyder cut, man. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
way better. And this is what just seeing. Like, we haven't even seen much of the Snyder cut. It's like a couple trailers, a couple clips here and there.
And we
But
already know it's gonna be better than this.
yes, no matter how bad the Snyder cut may be, it's by default better.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not think this
This
movie
movie,
holds up.
this is a film made by committee, and what I mean by committee, right? Like the
Yeah.
studio heads, you can't put all the blame on like the studio heads or the director, but there's some equal blame in this. Like Joss
Uh,
Whedon, you did some messed up stuff behind the scenes. Studio heads, you guys are the one that put him in the room and made him rewrite and redirect some stuff. Man, y'all didn't even delay the film. Like they didn't even delay the movie. So it still had to come out on this release date in November. So
I don't know. We've
I
already
feel like this
talked
is a
about
movie
how
that's
we
made by
feel about the
committee that
Joss
it
Whedon
really
stuff
had no
before.
clear vision.
We've
Huh?
talked about how we feel, but each feel about the Joss Whedon stuff before, so I don't really want to get into it. But just
That's why I said
this
film by
movie's
made
not
by
gonna
committee.
be. This movie's not. Nah, I don't. I don't. This movie's just not like. Dude, are you ever gonna go to someone who's like, "Hey man, you ever heard of Justice League, bro?" Bro, this movie's so good, man. You have to watch it. You have to. It's like, no. Someone asked me if that's Justice League, I'd be like, probably better off not watching it. You're not
Yeah, I
gonna get
think
much.
that's just like a copy that you just don't want to put in.
You're just like, that's just some substance that like you could go without it. And it's sad to say that
Mhm.
it's for Justice League. You're just like, yeah, I do without it. It does not hold up at all, just because of the existence of the Snyder Cut.
A movie that brings together the first, well, not the first, but a movie that brings together the grandfather of all the superheroes, the world's greatest detective, and Wonder Woman of all people, and put them inside of the same movie, minus BVS, but put them inside of a team up movie like Justice League where they're not fighting each other. Don't you think that should be epic?
It should,
Don't you
by
think
all
that should be
rights, it
longer than
should
an
be.
hour and 40 minutes?
By all rights, it should be better than what we received. Like this, how can you go wrong with it? Like it's the Justice League. They're pretty much as big as the Avengers. They can be as big as Marvel's stuff. And
Like,
it's just
how does
not.
Suicide Squad make more money than this?
I don't know,
No
man.
clear vision.
I don't
The
know.
film just didn't work. So yeah, I don't think it holds up that well.
Me neither.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. But what do you think is your best moment? Like, you
Just
have
the
any?
Flash scenes when he's in slow motion. I like the Batman stuff at the beginning.
Mm.
But other than that, that's about it. I don't have a lot of best moments from this film because I was yawning for most of it.
Yeah, perfectly understandable. My best moments probably have to be just the Wonder Woman scenes, not because of Gal Gadot, just because Wonder Woman is just good in these movies. The Superman versus the team fight, that's good, but makes no sense because they let the mother box get away.
Yeah, it was cool,
And
but it was just kind of ruined because how stupid that no one should gotten Motherfuck.
yeah, exactly. And dude, that's it. I can't. Those are just like small
Sad.
moments, to be honest.
It's Justice League, and there's barely any best moments. If there's something like
Yeah.
Avengers, we could be like, yep, best moment, best moment, best moment, best moment,
Yep.
best moment. But nah, it's Justice League. And it's just so lame and mediocre the whole time. So you're just not really one
It's
moment that you're like, hey, that's the least mediocre thing. So
exactly
there's still a lot of
that's
best
actually
moments.
pretty awesome. Instead of just saying, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
Yeah, that's all. It is. There's no like, oh my god, that's amazing. But it's just like,
Yeah.
it was alright. But yeah, I don't have a lot of best moments. But what
Yeah.
would you
Oh yeah, me
change?
too with the Flash stuff, kind of. But yeah,
What
that's
would you
it.
change? What would you add?
What would I change? Obviously, I wouldn't pick Joss Whedon to do it. They just have two different tones. I would just delay the film. I'm delaying the movie to like 2018 because they really had no other movies except for Aquaman coming out. So hey, delay it to 2018. Um, I'm also changing out Superman. I think that, well, if I was to rewrite the DCEU, I wouldn't put Superman in the first Justice League movie. I would have him in the second one because I want to see how the team is before we actually have this superpowered Superman come back and kind of be more overpowered than everyone else. So I would have the team work together by themselves without Superman's help, and then in the second movie they'll need it. And I think that's all I would change. Just take out Superman and then take out Joss Whedon. Wouldn't have him come back, and I wouldn't have Zack Snyder come back either because he's mourning right now. So I would just delay the film and wait till he's ready, or if he wants to come back to the film, and let him choose the director or like writer. And something that I would add, I would just add more runtime, add more stuff with
Just,
Cyborg
honestly, it would
and
be better
Flash.
if they just had that 1 second of runtime to make it 2 hours. That would have made
One
it better.
second,
Just 1 second of anything to make it 2 hours.
because that's honestly kind of trash though if you think about it. An hour and 59 minutes and 59 seconds couldn't even get 1 second in there. They said nope, under 2 hours.
That was
Jeff
sad.
Johns, studio heads.
All right, but what would I change? So delete the entire movie, kick out Josh, and just let Snyder do what he wants to do. Don't say like, no, you can't do that. Don't be like, nah, man, you can't have the black suit. You gotta make it colorful. Just wait till he's ready to come back and finish the movie, and then just let him finish the movie. That would have been the better choice. And that's honestly all I do. That's just pretty much remake the movie better.
Mm.
That's it.
I mean, this is the remake. Like I told you, I mean, this is the remake. So
No, this is not. This is Joss Whedon taking what was little there and just finishing what he had. But we already talked about Joss Whedon a bunch. All right, what do you rank this?
Rarely.
With tier?
Tier. It's not god awful terrible. It's a watchable movie. It's just boring.
That makes
having
it
it
bad,
under.
in my opinion.
It's having it under. Well, I mean, Dark World's boring and some stuff. So yeah,
I mean, that's why it's not good.
I would have it in C, but it's underneath Suicide Squad for me. This is the worst DCEU movie since I've seen so far.
All right. Well, now get a number out
oh
of
yeah,
10.
tier. Oh yeah, number. Crap. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10.
Nice. All right, but for me, the one thing a movie needs to be above all else is just not. So since this movie is very boring,
Entertaining.
I'm giving it D. I'm gonna give it a D tier. And for my number ranking, I'm just gonna follow you and just give it 5 out of 10. The movie's just very boring. It's kind of sad to see, because you have like favorite Batman, awesome Wonder Woman, great cast of characters, but they're just not written well, and the movie's just not made, to the standards that you would expect a Justice League movie to be at.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what they had. This is what they came out swinging with to combat Marvel.
It's really, it kind of is. It is pretty like much a tragedy, to be honest.
Because
like,
Zack Snyder's is just gonna be better too, and everyone's just gonna accept Zack Snyder's as the Justice League.
And also it's like, okay, Suicide Squad may like so I'm trying to think because Suicide Squad got a lower rating. A lot of people put Suicide Squad underneath Justice League, but I think Suicide Squad had the better ideas and a better paced story. To
I
be
think
honest,
Suicide Squad was executed better than this one. However good or
at
bad
least
that
that
movie
had
may be.
enjoyable parts. At least it
Yeah.
had a sense of identity. This one
And
just
it was
feels like they're trying
Suicide
to
Squad. You didn't
recopy
expect it to
Marvel.
be. I didn't have high expectations for it.
hmm
But since this is Justice League, it's the same as
This,
like
this,
you would expect it. It's like the same quality you would expect Avengers to be.
hmm
But
like
it just
it's
sucks.
like it's such a big departure from everything else in the DCEU where those movies has a sense of an identity. They know what they are. They know that they have adult themes. They know that they have mature themes that they want to cover. But when you get inside of this one, it just feels like a Marvel copy, and that's what they wanted. They wanted to copy the MCU. They didn't do that. They messed up.
They
They
at least
slipped
didn't
up,
do it in
and
a way
that's it.
that was acceptable.
Yep.
But
Because Marvel cracked the code. Marvel cracked the code that we don't even know how they cracked it.
they just
But you
have a
can't just
formula they
follow what
stick
they
to.
did.
No matter if you
Exactly.
hate Marvel or not, they have a formula that works.
Exactly. They still dominating the box office.
But
I
nah,
don't get it.
this
This should
just
have been a
sucks.
$1 billion movie.
Oh my
Justice
god.
League. Justice League should have been
Yeah,
$1
I
billion.
agree anyway. As much as I don't like your thing, $1 billion. It's just sad to see a Justice League movie. This is gonna be remembered as like the off-brand Justice League. Like, makes you wish for Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
This movie sucks.
And that's the only reason why it's gotten lower to me because I'm like, dude, everything that's coming out now about the Snyder Cut, and that as we learn new and more things, and like we see new trailers and photos and stuff like that, this is something totally different. Like this is just something mashed together. I don't know
Yeah,
what this is.
it's just sad. One word
It
you could
is
use to
sad.
describe it: sad.
Yep, Justice League, sad. But hey, this was it for regular podcast, episode 5. Justice League.
Next
Please
week,
note that
what do we
everything that
got?
we said in this video is our very own opinion, and feel free to comment down below what did you think of Justice League. Right answers only.
See you guys
Everyone
next time
hates
with
it.
when we look at this Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yep, I really like Aquaman. Aquaman's
Interesting.
goated, man. I knew it from the trailers.
As much as I feel about the
Goated.
probably gonna enjoy it better than this one, but we'll see you guys next time. You guys are still awake after listening to this because Justice League was boring.
Yep.
We'll see you
Like,
guys
comment,
next time.
subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.